when I worked in construction and the design organizations for Dominion. Found that a lot of times people would just assume what a wire size was. And then often once crews were in the air, they would discover it to be something different. If you wanted an exact measurement, you had to set up a bucket truck and you actually had to get gloves on and touch the line. There were some devices out there, but they didn't seem safe or reliable. You had two options before this. You had a manual caliper, which was very accurate and worked very well, but you had to glove the line. And then there was another hot stick mounted device that required you to push up on the line, and it had a movable bar that would kind of stop wherever the conductor gauge was. Problem there was, A, you're pushing up on an energized line. That device is also all metal. And then B, when you're dropping those extendo sticks down, you really don't know if the bar stayed in the same position as you were bringing it back down to read. And so I thought there really ought to be a better way to do this. So I partnered with Intermatic, a top manufacturer in the utility space, and developed the Digital Automatic Wire Gauge Device, or DAWG for short. It's a simple design that gets the perfect measurement every time, and it couldn't be easier to use. The V shape acts just like a hook. If you wanted to hang the stick on the line, you just run it up, and this helps guide the conductor into these gaps. Inside each gap is basically a go, no-go gauge. So the conductor will fall into each one, and then it will actuate the sensor, and that feedback will be sent back to the user instantly to their mobile device. If your utility has a specific set of conductors that have been used primarily on your system, you can have custom arms made. They are interchangeable. Remove the thumb screw, pull the arm off, and install a new arm. It takes seconds. And it allows for your utility to have a custom arm made, like this one was made for Dominion. So the device itself is pretty simple. You have your power switch on the front, click on, click off. You connect to your mobile device. There's also a camera if you want to get transformer nameplate information, a closer look at connectors. You can identify up close if it is copper, if it's aluminum, if you can see the end of the conductor, ACSR or all aluminum. In the mobile application, you're able to log your GPS position, and you can actually type in your own field notes. So the application itself supports all the information you may want to collect while you are in the field. Whether it be conductor heights and clearances, pole information, you can enter all of that. Once you get all that information, you don't have to go back to your mobile app to recall it. You can actually export that information and view it on your laptop or computer and save it for future design use. So you have both types of connection. Designers use a measuring stick with a hook on the end. The hook actually fits through up top and clamps in, and then there's an alternative strap to go around the shaft of the stick, so that it cannot swing away on the hook. Also, there is a universal attachment, and most people in the industry know that there's a wide range of tools that use that universal attachment. It's on the end of most sticks. Pretty much any hot stick that is used in the industry can connect to the device. Included with the device, there is also a mount that goes onto the stick to hold your mobile device, so you know your hands will get quite full operating one of these sticks. The entire package comes in its own hard case, so when it is stowed away in your truck, you can be assured that it'll be protected. As we all know, things get quite hairy out there. Also, it is USB-C rechargeable. It does have a long battery life with the lithium-ion battery. The beta testing of this has gone on for several years. Put it through rigorous testing in different environments, different conductors, by different users, from your heavy-handed to your general users, and we've had positive results. I know everyone in my organization is anxiously awaiting to own their own, and have found it to be a large benefit in their daily operations. You know, the people doing the design work need accurate information to make sure for pole loading and guying calculations. And the people in our construction organizations need to make sure that they've got the right materials when they go to do the job, which also is a big increase in safety. The less people, the less trips, and the less equipment, the higher your safety is going to be. It just makes sense to include an Intermatic DAWG device in every truck.